Okay, so let's get into our toolkit a little bit. What are some of the tools in that toolkit that can help people that are in midlife revitalize?
Well, first of all, let's recognize that there are three foundational tools that are most essential for midlife and beyond. Number one is purpose. So if you lose your sense of purpose as you get older, you replace it with TV. I hate to say it, but the average retiree in the United States watches 47 hours of TV. So they replace their job per week. Yeah. Thank you. 47 hours. They replace that 47 hours a week of working with 47 hours. So that is not purpose. Purpose is not watching TV all day. Purpose is actually learning how to be purposeful. So I'd say a first key lesson here is we do get a little bit performance anxiety about purpose because we feel like, oh, it's a possession. You're supposed to have it. Right. Start with trying to be purposeful. What could you be purposeful about? What are you passionate about? And that will create the breadcrumbs to help you find the purpose. So purpose is one of the three foundational elements. The second foundational tool is wellness, and you are my role model for that. I don't.
You can rub my belly, and I'll tell you all my secrets.
You have a six-pack, dude. A six-pack in your 50s. That is impressive. But it actually is about how you invest your time, and so whether it's what you eat or don't eat, how you exercise, how you sleep, the wellness factors become that much more important in our 50s and 60s and beyond than they were in our 20s.
Yeah.
And so wellness is but I also want to say that there's something called social wellness. The word illness starts with the letter I, and the word wellness starts with the letters we.
Yeah.
And we do get a little bit possessed by the I part of wellness,
Absolutely.
Meaning the idea of what do I do? And that gets us to our third piece, which is community. And there's something called social wellness. I like social wellness. It's like, how do we integrate a connection with someone else in our wellness experience? Whether it's going to a retreat, a spa, or working out with a friend, or frankly, just even spending time going for a walk, walking the dog with someone. These are important. They're sort of where wellness and community come together. But of these three foundational tools for midlife and beyond, the most important of purpose, wellness, and community is community. And that's evidenced in a few different ways. Dr. Phil Pizzo from the Stanford Medical School has shown that it's the most important of the three. The longevity work of Blue Zones work by Dan Buettner,
right.
Who's actually on our faculty at MEA. His work has shown that the most important variable of the Blue Zones communities is the sense of social relations. And then finally, Harvard's study of adult development, a longitudinal study that's gone on for 75 years now, has shown that the number one ingredient of people who are happy and live long lives are people who have great social relations. So those are some of the abstract qualities. Now, what other things could you do to actually help support those? Well, number one is, I would just say, what are you doing to build a community of people that you're going to be learning with? That's part of the reason I created MEA, the Modern Elder Academy, is I found that people who are on their own path in midlife trying to get through it, but they don't have the social support, the crucible for life-changing conversations, and the crucible for support when you're going through your rough month, it's harder. It is definitely harder. And so part of the reason that MEA was created was to actually create that sense that in a group of 20 or 24 people in a workshop, these people are going to be with me and have my back the rest of my life. And so I would just say that is something you can do. But you don't have to go to a workshop, to do that. You could just say, who are the 2 or 3 friends in my life who similarly to me want to actually invest in feeling better?
Yeah. I mean, here we are at a place called Commune.
Yes.
And you came in last night right into the beehive of an event for Kiss the Ground, which is a fantastic organization that's dedicated to regenerative agriculture. And it's communing people with shared passions and interests and watching the magic happen between people and the connections that are being made. And there is an actual physiological and medical bridge between wellness and community. There's this emerging study of sociogenomics, or just the fact that we're here, completely all here with each other. We're actually altering our endocrine systems, our hormones, but also our gene expression. We're sharing our microbiome with each other. And, you know,
we'll do that off camera.
Yeah. I mean, it's often said that the best indicator for health is who you hang out with.
Yeah.
You know, to add another one to the studies that you cited, our mutual friend Mark Hyman, he had conducted some research at the Cleveland Clinic where he was treating diabetics. And he had one control group that he was treating on an individual basis, and he had one other group that he was treating in community, in groups. And the people that he was treating in groups were actually lowering their blood sugar. They were getting healthier at a much, much faster rate than the people that he was treating individually. And there's a whole bunch of reasons for that.
There's a beautiful phrase that I learned a few years ago. So it's called collective effervescence. And I think Wanderlust had that. I was a founding board member of Burning Man, and I think Burning Man has offers collective effervescence. What is collective effervescence? So Emile Durkheim, a French sociologist, studied religious pilgrimages about 110 years ago. And what he noticed is that when you are with a group of people who have a common purpose and sense of common mission, your sense of ego separation dissolves, and what comes in its place is communal joy. So that collective effervescence is the sense that you are not alone, and it's the sense that you are in a group of people who are feeling elevated by the society, the social experience they're having. That can happen one-on-one. It can happen in a group of people. It's part of what we do at MEA. Is we try to create collective effervescence. Because if you do that, the lasting impact of that is so much greater than just something you learn on your own, or just some moment where you had a beautiful epiphany, but you didn't have someone to share it with.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I'm a big believer in it, and I love the name of your company. I love the name of Wanderlust too. I think if when in doubt in the future, Jeff, you could become a branding expert for company names. Not me so much. Modern Elder Academy. Who wants to be an elder? Joie de vivre. How do you spell that? Airbnb. What the hell is that?
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this interview from the Commune podcast, then click subscribe and check out this video right here.